the gentleman's wife, sister, daughter, that you believe that you have an opinion on, whatever subject or topic we have on the show, you can also share with us. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. I welcome you to the program for today. As always, we speak both in English and in Yoruba so that we can capture, all our listeners, our audience across the state and beyond. We're not leaving anyone behind. English speakers can enjoy the show, share their perspective, and Yoruba listeners can also, share, listen to the show, and share their own thought. On that note, Jemakiwa Kabo, Siore to Tabili Awokunrin, Funti Osei, Lori Kongag Bomagbe, Wells Radio 89.3 FM, Tiakalesi, Alafin Avenue, Oluyale Estate, Ni Ibadan. Thank you so much. Tabili Awokunrin ni ètò tí àti máa ń tẹ́ pẹpẹ ọ̀rọ̀ lóríṣiríṣi nípa àwọn ọkùnrin bó ṣe ń lọ ní ìgbésí ayé wa, ní àdúgbò wa, ní ilé wa, pẹ̀lú ìyàwó wa, àwọn ọmọ wa, and so on and so forth. Tó bá ti ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ọkùnrin, ó ti ní ṣe pẹ̀lú Tábìlì àwọn ọkùnrin lórí Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Ẹ lè rí wa wò lójú òpó Facebook wa báyìí, Wells Radio 893 FM fanpage. Lójú òpó Facebook, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lójú òpó YouTube wa. You can watch us live on YouTube, Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. Once again, you're welcome to the program. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò Tábìlì àwọn ọkùnrin fún tọ̀sẹ̀ yìí. Ẹ mọ ọkùnrin kan, torí mo mọ̀ pé ẹ mọ ọkùnrin kan bẹ́ẹ̀. Tó ẹ̀yin náà bá jẹ́ ọkùnrin, ẹ máa ní ọ̀rẹ́ ọkùnrin bíi tiyín. Àbí bóyá obìnrin kan ń gbọ́ báyìí, ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ọkùnrin kan yẹ kó máa gbọ́ ètò yìí. Ẹ bá ń pe gbogbo wọn, kán gbé rédíò wọn, kán yín sí 89.3 Wells Radio. Kí a lè jọ sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ńlẹ̀ fún tọ̀sẹ̀ yìí. Tonight on the show, we're going to be diving into something that's becoming more common, yet very controversial. And of course, the question is, can a woman be a breadwinner without breaking the man? Can a woman become a breadwinner without breaking the man? Just a few days ago, for those who use Twitter a lot, but I know that this also made the rounds and viral across board. A story went viral of a man who asked his wife's employer, to fire the wife. Why? Because according to him, the woman earning more was damaging his pride since he didn't have a job. He then threatened to bring her down if she wasn't sacked. Now that raised, big question. Is a man's identity still tied to how much he earns? And I use that word "still" very carefully because I know that time has changed, and we're seeing a lot of women and encouraging a lot of women to be more engaged, to be more independent financially, and of course, smashing and breaking the glass ceiling across board. As much as the men are also exploring and growing in their own career, is that still, is a man's identity in the family, ego, pride, still tied to how much he earns? Can love survive when the wife is the one putting food on the table? Can love survive when the wife is the one putting food on the table? And why does it feel like ego and income can't share the same roof? Tonight, we're not here to point fingers, to be honest. As always, you know that we want to talk about the issues. As much as we know that this might be some people's realities, and they might be dealing with, certain things in their head. We're just here to have the conversation while you also join us to have that conversation to ensure that our society is a better place. And even if you are living in that reality, how best are you supposed to handle it and all? So let's put our chairs closer and let's, have that uncomfortable but very necessary conversation this evening. Can a woman be the breadwinner without breaking the man? Ṣó ṣeé ṣe kí obìnrin jẹ́ ìyàwó kó jẹ́ òun ni ó ń pèsè fún ìdílé? Ṣó ṣeé ṣe kó jẹ́ obìnrin ló ń pèsè fún ìdílé kó má dẹ̀ pa ọkùnrin yẹn lára? Is it possible? Ṣé a rí situation bẹ́ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé fún ìdí kan tàbí òmíràn bóyá ọkùnrin yẹn ò lè kò níṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àbí kò tiẹ̀ lè pèsè fún ilé bó ṣe yẹ kó pèsè? Ṣé kò ń ṣe pé irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn á pa ọkùnrin yẹn lára bó ṣe ń rí ara ẹ̀? Àti bẹ́ẹ̀ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ kan ló jáde sí orí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára láìpẹ́ yìí tí ọkùnrin kan fi mẹ́sẹ̀gì ránṣẹ́ sí ọ̀gá ìyàwó ẹ̀ ó ní kó lè kúrò níbiṣẹ́ ó nítorí pé ìgbéraga ẹ̀ ó ti ń pọ̀ jù nítorí pé ó ń gba owó tó ju ti òun lọ pé kí ọ̀gá ìyàwó òun kó bọ̀ ń lè kúrò lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ so that òun á sì lè ní feeling pé òun ni ọkùnrin tó wà nínú ilé. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣé identity ọkùnrin gẹ́gẹ́ bí baálé ilé is it tied? Ṣé ó sopọ̀ mọ́ iye tí baálé ilé yẹn mú wọlé? Ṣé tá bá fẹ́ sọ pé baálé ilé a fẹ́ júwe baálé ilé, ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ owó nìkan la fi máa ń júwe baálé ilé? Can a woman be the breadwinner without breaking the man? Is this even possible? That's our conversation for this evening. With me in the studio to help us, talk about this, as always, on the Table of Men, Olamide, welcome back.
It's a honor once again being here.
It's how you go in and come out. But we love it that way, though.
Yeah.
It makes it fresher when you're back. Welcome back, Olamide. Good to have you around.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Dick and Dan, what's up?
Yeah.
Why did I say what's up?
Probably because it's quite a time.
Yeah. I mean, the Table of Men has been on, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been on.
Yeah. And, we're having a live show today. So apologies to, our friends. Whenever you hear our voice, sometimes, I'm sure Lamide's voice was on the Table of Men last week, Sunday. And, loads of phone calls. And people just keep wondering, and they send me messages. We're calling you, you're not picking our calls. We apologize for that. And I'm glad that you still enjoyed the show. Anyways, but this evening, you can call us in, by the way, to share your thought with us. Nípa ọ̀rọ̀ tí a fi sílẹ̀ ní ìrọ̀lẹ́ 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, tàbí 0915-334-893. Let's start the conversation. So I stumbled on this tweet by a popular food content creator at CME, on Twitter. And then she put up the tweet and says, "My housekeeper's husband called tonight to request that I fire her," which means Oko housekeeper because the money don't they make her get pride because I no get work, which means if you know Saka, I go Saka. She know where I am from, I go bring her down. And then she put this in inverted commas.
Wow.
So that means these are not our own words.
words.
The man said it, and then she quoted the man. That and I'm just thinking, is this violence? Kill the woman? Because what exactly are you saying? After all, walk all the higher. And then the another thread, to that tweet, she said they have 4 kids and are not married. I'm not even concerned about the part of the marriage, even though that's another conversation entirely, that on the Table of Men we can then talk about some other day. But the truth is, they live together as husband and wife. They already have 4 children. The man is not working, the woman is working. And then the woman now says, is a man's identity tied to how much the man earns? Let me start with Olamide, because it's obvious here that this man is already under pressure. And what do I mean by under pressure? The wife is earning more, and the truth is, financial independence, staying on low lower, the truth is you'll be up to making different decisions, because you have the money, you want to buy, the money is available, and is a man's identity, tied to how much that man earns. Let me get your view in.
This question, the answer varies. It's relative. There are cultural answers. Yes, there are cultural answers.
Answers.
Yes,
interesting stuff.
And then there are answers that will be based on logic. While
I'm sure you have answers whether the cultural or logic, so you'll break it down.
Now let's go to the culture.
To the culture, all right.
Now let's come down to Nigerian culture. It's general that the man is to provide for the house. At that point, when it becomes irrelevant, in terms of provision, you no longer call him a man. It's not like you don't want to call him a man, but it becomes less. Let me put it that way. It becomes less of a man.
When he cannot provide.
When he cannot provide. Okay, in the midst of fellow guys, and then he's like, we should go. At that point, even his friends will be like, So that culture is already in our head that a man is supposed to provide for the house. And at that point, when he cannot do that, he's less of a man. Even if we are not saying it, it begins to show in the way we react with such a person. That's why I say there are cultural answers. That's a culture, the Nigerian culture, a man. Of course, some of our friends have relocated, and then over there, in short, it's an economy that favors women over men. And many of their wives are doing better than the men. Some of them still have their houses in order. Some of them do not have those houses anymore. It's because of our cultural mindset that we have here. So when a man is not earning as much, or he's not doing his responsibility at home, he's less of a man.
Culturally.
Now, but let's look at it logically. Let's be logical with it. Now, this is a marriage. It's supposed to be a partnership.
Teamwork.
It's supposed to be a teamwork. If one person is earning more than the other, it should not be a problem. If another person is earning less than the other, it should not be a problem. Steve Harvey said something. I was listening to him through the course of the week, and he said a family should have 4 accounts. One that settles the house bills and general things. One, savings. Now, the one that settles the house bill, he said the husband and the wife are putting money there. The other one that is the family savings, the husband and wife are still putting money there. Then the third one for the husband, the other one for the wife. Said those 2 private accounts, anybody can do anything they want to do with their money. But those 2, that is a joint account for the family, the general bill and the savings, are owned by the family. He said 2 signatories, no one person can go there. Now imagine this account, they are putting money in it 50-50. The man is not less of a man.
True.
It's a family. And in the real picture, see, it's life. Life happens. Sometimes anyway, anyhow. Ìyàwó máa gbọ́ owó jọ, ìyàwó máa ní owó ju ọkọ lọ. In some instances, it happens. Tó bá ti mọ̀ pé level yẹn ló wà, tètè gbà fọ́lọ́run. Tètè gbà fọ́lọ́run.
I mean, that's a deep one.
Yes, tètè gbà fọ́lọ́run. If not, you're going to have a problem in the long run. If you know you are not a person that can withstand that, it's better you don't start that marriage in the first place.
But like you said, life happens.
What
if this happens
sometimes
along the line?
It happens in the marriage.
Do you quit?
It becomes a problem
because of that.
That's why ọ̀rọ̀ àjọsọ gbọ́dọ̀ wà kẹ́ tó fẹ́ra yín.
Pé tí bá lówó jù ẹ lọ.
Not tó bá lówó jù mí lọ. Kọ́kọ́ mọ mindset ẹ̀ ṣé ẹni yìí tó o bá ní problem ṣó lè gbé ilé láì complain. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan sọ kankan fún mi ní bí abẹ́ ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì sẹ́yìn. Ó ló ẹni tóun fẹ́ wọn àwọn méjèèjì ti jọ sọ pé ó lóun sọ fún pé ní sùúrù náà tóun bá tiẹ̀ wá ṣàìsàn fún bí oṣù 3 tóun wà lórí ìdùbúlẹ̀ tóun lè ṣiṣẹ́ kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ o. olóbìnrin yẹn sọ pé kí wàá lòun ṣiṣẹ́ fún pé ṣèbí torí pé káwọn méjì ṣe kíni ni wọ́n fẹ́ ṣègbéyàwó ní bọ́jẹ̀tì wà nílẹ̀ àwọn jọ máa pín obìnrin yẹn ló ń sọ fún ọkùnrin bẹ́ẹ̀ irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn you have less thing to worry about because you know this is who she is.
But like you always say, money change people.
No. As I'm talking to you, this person that is telling me this, the wife is doing the same thing as the husband. Let me not say wife. The lady is doing the same work as the husband, but she's earning more than the bro in the real picture as at while now.
Yeah.
Well, in the long run, sometimes things change in the future.
Yeah.
But if the mindset is there that anybody can, why not? Baba, another angle talking is upbringing.
Yes. And I agree with you.
Upbringing.
The way you see things, you know. Also, let me come to the Kinan. Identity ọkùnrin ṣé a ṣì máa pe ọkùnrin lọ́kùnrin àbí ṣé iye owó tọkùnrin mú wálé baálé ilé in this instance fáwọn tó ń gbọ́ wá ń lé because I'm going to open the lines láìpẹ́ so that ẹ̀yin náà pè wọlé and let's have your view. Ṣé iye owó tọkùnrin mú wọlé gẹ́gẹ́ bí baálé ilé ṣé òun ló determine bóyá a máa pè wọ́n ní dádì àbá máa pè wọ́n ní ọ̀nkú àbí I mean whichever one now.
There's a factor to man define irrespective is the power of the environment, both the internal and the external. The power of the environment. So the environment starts from when you were born, how you were raised, your level of exposure then to the ideology is being passed on to you. So now, it was a praying back to one raise bàbá ẹ̀ ló ń take care everything. Bàbá ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ní àfààní mi gàílé. Bàbá ló máa pàṣẹ. Ibi tẹ́ máa jókòó sí. Ibi tẹ́ máa lọ. Mọ́tò tẹ́ máa wọ̀. Nǹkan tẹ́ máa ṣe. Tó bá wá dàgbà with that ideology, tó bá fẹ́ marry, consciousness ẹ̀ máa wà bẹ́ẹ̀ wípé èmi ni alpha àti omega. Tí life bá wá happen sí ẹnìyẹn, wàhálà máa ṣe.
Àwa ṣòro.
Because Kia, we're going to pressure you. Personally, you're going to pressure yourself.
The first pressure is not even external. Internally, ó ti para ẹ̀. Ó ti kú already pé irọ́ èèwọ̀ ni a kì í gbọ́ ọmọkùnrin. We started to,
and you know what? That I believe that even can finish you faster.
Yeah.
Than any other external thing.
External ones you can attack it.
It will keep
when
you.
It is a war.
It will keep you on down.
you.
It will keep you on down for a long time. Because if you don't speak to yourself, talk to yourself. No, this is not who you are. You can get out. No, it doesn't matter. This doesn't define who you are. Number one, you still have the leadership, the power of influence to influence your children, to teach, to train, to other things. As our priority. That money. Because back when we grew up, we have been trained to see money as being superior to our personality. That's how, if you check it, that's how we have been raised. Society goes so far, don't
forget, even the Holy Book says that the man that cannot provide for
is worse than an infidel.
Is worse than an infidel. So both the religion everywhere has made us believe that
if you cannot provide,
even your friends, everything about you. Do you have a family pattern? Even your in-laws. Everywhere.
That one is another conversation.
Everywhere. People will tell you that you are not there. So internally, that internal influence go my way of down. So that's what now makes no matter determine whether is a factor to contribute. If you are not aware of yourself, and the woman involved too, party Medjin. Because before you move into that circle, what we call relationship, into that marriage, that journey we call marriage, if you are not aware of yourself that irrespective, life is in phases. If anything happen, I'm still a man. I'll still do this, and you're able to walk it through with your wife to be, to understand, are we on the same page? Are we pursuing the same thing? Are we running after the same thing? Tell about it, day level here. Okay, many marriages now, I can move, I love you, I hate you. Straight to the As they go, sharp. Want to sign contract, lifetime contract, until law. So they were debate, what should reality? But if you have gone through that and able to, at least, no matter how it is, you can make it to know that money doesn't define you. But society has conditioned our mentality. Whether here, anywhere, any country you are, society is a conditional mentality. That as a man, you must provide. And the moment you don't provide, that's over there. They put the clause. Too bad to provide. Like we bring anything. Calm down.
This is a big one. Let me open the phone lines so that I want to one about Dasi. Can love survive when the woman is the one putting food on the table? In that marriage, can love still survive? The man, like we have painted here, situation shele. It could be health-related issues, unemployment, anything shele. We also what happened during the pandemic. A lot of men that were doing well. After pandemic, office and goes yearly bounce back. So really, there is no job, and now maybe for some reason the wife is still boxed up. Can love still survive in that kind of marriage? 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, or 0915-3334-893. But I expect the men to be very quiet this evening.
Yeah. Let the women. Yeah.
I mean, so I won't be shocked. But you can join the conversation. Let's have your thought. Let me have your view on that. Can love still survive When the woman is the one putting food on the table.
When it's the woman putting the food on the table, the survivability or the survival rate of the love is dependent on the woman.
Break it down.
Just like I said, upbringing. If the woman is the one funding the house and she's been raised well to believe that marriage is a partnership. Maybe the way she sees her own mother supporting her dad, and the dad is always there too. It's not bothered about he's bringing more money, and then she gets to that level maybe because of the business ideas her mother had put into her as she was growing, and then she became a businesswoman, and then she's doing better than the husband. She will continue with her life. But if it is the Gen Z that we have, that their life is controlled by social media and things that are not real, bro, that love is not going to survive. So ó depend lórí obìnrin yẹn. Now in some cases ṣe bá check ẹ rí pé àwọn ọkùnrin kan máa lose iṣẹ́.
Yeah.
And then they will still be why they are feeling bad pé the woman ló máa
ginger
pé no
come on.
no ṣe bí fúngbà díẹ̀ ni máa rí jẹ́ ká máa fele. Okay, of a truth, of a reality, I met someone some times ago, a long time.
Yeah.
This woman funds the man. But bro, nobody knows. Àwa ṣì kéré torí pé as she young now, a máa ń bá wọn ṣe one or two iṣẹ́ nílé wọn. Ni mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá mọ̀ pé woman yẹn ló actually fund ilé.
Don't fund ilé. Let's take this call. Let's take our first call. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Your name and where you are calling us from?
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. This is Hamid Ombo.
Oh, Hamid Ombo, good to have you. It's a long time.
Yeah, everyone.
Thank you.
For me, I would definitely say no.
Okay.
But you have a lot of ladies that has this mindset of, feminism. They also believe that marriage is meant to enjoy, not to be enjoyed like our mothers. You just want to flex and soft life, babe, all those lifestyle. That's all they want. And then again, just like you said, culturally, it cannot survive because even in Yoruba, they have a particular proverb.
Yeah.
Definitely, you have to be financially stable when it comes to taking care. Some women that were raised very well, just like the other guest said, they can still enjoy for a particular period of time, but the love is not enough when it's like this. And then again, men, sometimes when you see a woman that normally tells you that your money is our money, my money is my money alone, that should be a trap for some men before you get married. That when you marry that kind of lady, when you have issue with your job, you are not providing like you used to be, those kind of wives won't be able to use their personal money to take care for the family, to take care of your kid. They will rather rely on you that you have to bring that money, look for that money. For me, it cannot survive without that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Hamid Ombo. Good to have you on the show. Thank you so much. Olamide, let me let you complete your stomach.
He said something and I liked it.
Yeah.
Your money is our money, my money is my money. It's a red flag.
But that's it seems like a lot of men got to embrace it where ni iṣẹ́ tèmi ni láti pèsè fún. But she for a man to 100% cater for
quite all right, it's not possible.
In the 20, I mean in this current reality,
it's not possible. It's not possible. So like I was saying, upbringing yellow matter. The woman was actually funding the house and we never knew. Not until later when we now got very close to the family. Bro, you won't know. Now, that's a reality of a family. And then there are some.
Standard.
Bro, I read a story. I read a story. Okoye lose share. Do you know Baba was leaving home every day? He didn't tell his wife he has lost his job. Yes. He would drive out every day. Then there had been these no boats and the likes. He would go and use the motor to do regular taxi
and come back home.
And was still applying. The wife never knew he had lost the job until he now got another job.
And then told the wife.
That was when I told
why?
The wife. You understand? So you have to be. Love will survive. Or depend on your obìnrin. That's the determinant.
Let me come to you. Your own view. Can love survive when the woman is the one putting food on the table?
Yeah, marriage as an institution is built on partnership-centered thinking. Now, in your Mejiluwa involved, can two work together except they agree? Whether the man or the woman. Now, when that comes to the money on the table, it depends on what money represents in that relationship.
In the union.
Kini owo represents in our relationship. Is it the king? Is it the power? Is it the controlling force?
But what does wait? Get to bring me too far.
You understand?
What does money truly represent, or what does money truly represent in a marriage?
Money, bro. Let's
be factual.
Let's be factual.
Yeah.
He's talking about what should be, but bro, there's a difference between what should be and what it is.
What it is.
Going to the reality, money is a factor. It's one of the factors. Because to even have a sustainable, to even be able to sustain marriage, money is one of that factor.
Money is one of the factors,
yeah.
but money is not
the
only
factor. Quite
factor.
Right. Yes.
True.
But money is one of the factors.
So now, if you have about 4 or 5 factors, if you put them on percentage, now by virtue of the cultural influence and religious influence that's in me, money now takes a lot. We placed money to be superior to all other factors. Money did not place itself above us. We are the one that placed money to be superior. Now, listen, if your children brought the guy home, probably the guy is struggling, and your children probably graduates from Harvard, probably working in NPC, and the guy is struggling. As a father-in-law to be, will you say, okay, marry the guy? As a father, I call Baba, you ní iṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ cope?
See, tí o bá níṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yàtọ̀ sí pé ó ní rẹpẹtẹ. See, there are different levels to this thing. Ẹni tí ò níṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ tí ò ní kankan rárá. In Edo State, one of my pastors in Living Faith said something. He said to marry, you only need, I think he mentioned maybe 3 or 4 things. He said, number 1, as a man, you must have a job. Whether good or bad, you must have something that is bringing money home
to you.
To at least feed. And he said, number 2, you need a roof over your head. He said, you need at least a bed that can take 2 people. The next thing he said, you need not a kitchen, but a gas lamp, a gas cooker, and 2 pots.
Gas.
2 pots, one
for
soup,
rice, one for soup.
He said that's all. And by the time he broke it down during that single summit, we reasoned with him. I was like, well, this is more like the.
But is that still even obtainable in 2024, 2025?
No, he's just stating like, let me say, a benchmark. But having a job is key. The job may not be paying him 5 million, 100 million, 10 million, but the fact that there is a job, we're cool. But if he does not have a job at all,
then that's an issue.
Even let him have a job. As a father-in-law, probably he's working in a place handled by 70,000 naira minimum wage, and your own daughter hands in millions.
Yeah.
As a father-in-law, naturally.
How did I know that? Yes.
I'll tell you something to that.
Naturally, you like.
No, Dickie. It also depends on our individual upbringing. Depending on where you came from as a person.
That's why I said.
Number 1, no matter send the back wow. Only be kan náà táwa náà ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ o. If we don't give these people an opportunity to grow. 1, number 2, show love where ṣẹ́tíjọ́ conclude láàrin ara yín. But àwọn bàbá kan wà quite. I'm talking of reality of myself. Àwọn kan wà ó ní level tó gbúdọ̀ wà kó tiẹ̀ tó lè pé
o fẹ́
ask come out.
Now, a lady of that caliber, but she is her upbringing is at that level reasoning. Money will supersede the love. Money will supersede the passion.
True.
Money will supersede the relationship. Money will dictate what happens in the relationship. But somebody that maybe the reasoning is Mashibel, that probably the father understood what it is to start from nothing to something. The mother understood how we grew from nothing to something. Such child will have been taught, okay, their life, their faces in life. Definitely, that child will not place money superior to all other things. So, role our parents and play. Role our environment are going to create. Don't play. Because all of us, even from secondary school, from primary school, we like our children to go to the best schools so that I can build relationship with the good guys.
True though.
True. Yeah. So
I said upbringing is upbringing.
So already like so that as make comment pé achievement number one to ring the any achievement. So even when it comes to marriage, the first thing that comes to his mind is achievement. Even the role as a father, Koni is not superior to achievement. It's still Oshikere. Money is achievement, money. It's so role fatherhood.
Let me open the phone lines again. 0916-893-1000, 0916-893 2000 and 0915-334-893. My dear, I would like to hear from a lady really, to hear their own view, even though it's the table of men, but I mean it's open to all. You can also share your own view with us. Let me get back to that tweet, and I want to have our opinion on that tweet in itself. And how would you undo such issue? My housekeeper's husband called me tonight and requested that I fire her. That's the wife. Because the money done, they make him get pride because I no get work. If you sack him, if you no sack him, I go sack her. She know where I am from. I go bring him down. They have 4 children. How would you undo this? Okay, you want to start for Dickinson?
Okay.
How would you undo this issue? If you see the man,
the first problem is
what do you say to the man?
The first problem is this man has forgotten one thing. It's not easy on the part of that woman too. 4 children. The guy is not working and whatever, and the woman too on the family number one in this economy the king status is share housekeeper so with
housekeeper somewhere on the island.
So no matter so by the time now you look at the pressure, house rent in Lagos is crazy, everything over there is crazy, so the economic pressure on that lady itself to ba dele makora akon to edo juara lo yo ma makora. Then by virtue of who the guy is, she sabi where I come from, by virtue of the natural ego. So that ego to be always there, it doesn't matter, say because they get money. Afema could if I understand from the part of the woman that it's not easy on this part of the woman coming home. Number one, to legalize marriage. More pressure to pray to be more married. Daddy is sick. Kodi koko, mom is sick. Osakun le pẹ̀lú ọmọ gbogbo no. Rabo, àbúrò no mark me. So even when she share gan, orí ẹ̀ a máa ho bí omi gbóná gidi ni pé báwo life wo ni òun choose yìí. To bá wá délé, where they go to find soccer. Bàbá náà àti gbódúró pé
bàbá náà àti gbé tiẹ̀ lẹ̀.
No, agbé tiẹ̀ lẹ̀. Adé ti délé kò tún ní fine. Àwọn náà tí wọ́n máa mommy, our teacher said you have not paid our school fees. Wàhálà today. Mommy, we have not eaten. Wàhálà today.
The pressure that a woman cannot handle actually. These things are things that are happening to a man naturally.
Right.
She understand, but the man will just swallow the pressure in the sense that build meaning responsibility meaning.
So a man is built for that.
He's built for that. He will be able to swallow that. She understand.
But a woman, they are not built for that.
Women are not built for that.
The pressure will be too much for the lady to handle. By virtue, can't put in real what to take care, at least that can still absorb the pressure. It's different thing. But what she is earning, what she could be earning, could handle pressure, and by virtue of where we are in this country at this moment, could handle it. So the pressure rests. She since that from Lagos to anywhere now, transport is maybe half of the money is on transport alone, and 4 children to feed 4 children, 4 mouths now is not what.
It's not.
And the man himself must bother jail. Then if the man that probably is brought up where is the king and everybody is so where is the king on the high horse and everything. Where now some men doesn't help the women.
True.
Home chores and everything, they don't help. So probably the woman will no ma de lo ma tadi ho no ma de lo to ma dano no to ma de to ma attend sí gbogbo assignment àwọn kini yẹn. Ó wá to wá expect kwa na daddy wa esa. Ẹ bá ní sha kí lẹ fẹ́ jẹ
possible.
Now,
Let me get your
ọ̀rọ̀
view.
yẹn ká sọ pé ó sún sí ni lẹ́nu òbí ọ̀sìn to a degree. Tí n bá rí ọkùnrin yẹn màá kọ́kọ́ pé jókòó based on àwọn ìrírí ayé tèmi ti rí one. Number 2 based on àwọn 1 or 2 things èmi náà ti kà tí mo ti kà káàkiri and with my knowledge kí ni àwọn nǹkan tóbìnrin yẹn ń ṣe tó fi feel pé ó ti ní ìgbéraga.
And that's very factual. I mean, I like to operate that way. Kabara was so thorough. Kí ni àwọn
nǹkan tó yẹn gangan jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ sọ́nà kí ni nǹkan yẹn gangan tẹ́ bá máa fi check at the end of the day àwọn nǹkan tó lóbìnrin yẹn ń ṣe tó fi sọ pé ó ní ìgbéraga yẹn tó bá yẹ kí má nìyẹn náà earn owó obìnrin yẹn ń ṣe exact same thing but torí pé he is not bringing in money a máa feel pé ìdí tó ṣe dá ọ̀rọ̀ padà fún mi nígbà tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ sí
torí pé òun ló fowó
nítorí pé òun ló fowó yẹn lẹ̀ ìdí tó ń jẹ mi ò ṣe ready by 7 o'clock
torí pé òun ló máa rà
nítorí wípé òun ló máa rà ńgbà tó bá ń bọ̀ a sọ pé ẹja méjì ló ra ni instead of mẹ́rin ibo ló ti fẹ́ kí n rówó mẹ́rin náà èló ni mò ń gbà ní sálárì bọ̀ tó bá jẹ́ pé ọkọ yẹn ló fowó yẹn lẹ̀ ọkọ yẹn pé òun ló ra méjì yẹn wá instead of mẹ́rin kò ní rí as pé obìnrin yẹn ní pride so àwọn nǹkan tó rí tó fi sọ pé ó ti ń ní ìgbéraga ní first thing kápẹ́sì máa kọ́kọ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ then number 2 ó likely kó obìnrin yẹn náà ní ìgbéraga kò dẹ̀ ń ṣe bí i ìgbéraga per se based on àwọn nǹkan tí Dickin Dan sọ ẹni tó ti ṣiṣẹ́ lọ látàárọ̀ obìnrin
ṣé ìgbéraga la máa pè é.
náà nǹkan tí mo yẹn sọ pé stress ni but tọkùnrin yẹn bá wá ń rí tó bá ń wò ó lè sọ pé àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kó jẹ́ pé woman yẹn ń react based on the stress tó ti go through látàárọ̀ ọkùnrin yẹn á máa rí àsìgbéraga tó dẹ̀ mi sọ pé àwọn nǹkan wo ló ń ṣe ni kò jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ wò ó lè má ní ìgbéraga in the real picture
right.
but in the real picture náà kí ni ó máa lé obìnrin yẹn kúrò lé àbí ó máa pa àbí kíní kan òjò máa pa bàtà pa jẹmẹjẹmẹ tí ẹ ìwọ gan ló máa suffer jù náà ò níṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú ọmọ mẹ́rin
so tó máa sàkẹ́ mi ṣẹ́kílẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹ you would rather have her at home doing nothing and everybody go hungry.
Number 1 is okay ọkùnrin ẹbí ṣọlọ́rẹ̀ at least ṣọlẹ́bí no matter how it is your ọ̀rẹ́ ẹbí pé guys no matter how it is guys you know how things be
abeg normal little máa wọlé a little
at least
ṣì máa wọlé
ṣì máa ṣe tó bá ṣe ń ṣe dẹ̀ tó bá dé that's why people really make people to understand that when we place money superior to other factors in marriage our reasoning about the purpose of relationship well watered things to a care she that even to calm the pressure the storm down
but because how do we calm a storm bí a fẹ́ calm storm in a crisis so a crisis yẹ owó ló
máa fà
e.g. landlord ti wà lẹ́nu gate wọ́n ti ń wá lójoojúmọ́ wọ́n ti wá ń gbá gate gbàgbàgbàgbàgbà duly answer ti landlord gbọ́ owó ni wàhálà ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nulẹ̀ how then do you calm that kind of crisis?
owó náà ló máa solve it.
And that's why I'm saying I agree with Dickin Dan. Money may not be the
amazing but Jerry I want sort of based on what should be but the reality what it is is not as it stands now even to show your woman that you love her baba you need some money do you think it's only by supporting her in household chores tó bá dọjọ́ birthday kí ló máa fi ra gift fún
standard
okay ìjọ tó bá kàn dé tó kàn fẹ́ fún ní normal ọmọ obìnrin like owó normal ìjọ tó kàn fẹ́ tù nínú pé madam inú mi dùn sí ẹ lẹ́ni kí ló máa fi ṣe.
kò sẹ́ni tí ò like owó.
baba. yeah I mean that's true.
That's true. whether ọkùnrin or obìnrin kò sẹ́ni tí ò like
owó. ẹ dẹ̀ mọ bóbìnrin ṣe máa ń react sí owó tọkọ wọn bá fún wọn. ẹ mọ̀ pé reaction yẹn yàtọ̀ owó tán ẹ̀n àtọwó tí ẹ̀yin fún wọn yẹn ó yàtọ̀.
That thing is cultural and also spiritual.
No,
let me explain to you. Let me say something. Number 1, of a truth, to wo about Simbe, money answereth all things, including marriage.
A lot of things.
Money answereth all, not a lot. Money answers the questions of all things. The questions of all things, including questions within the relationship and marriage.
Okay.
Money answers it. Landlord day lánàá pé ẹ fẹ́ ẹni wọn rè ṣe transfer kò sí ẹjọ́ mọ́
owó yẹn wà
nílẹ̀.
landlord tiẹ̀ níní láti wá because kí rent tó di o ti san.
now that guy this man sì tó ní pé I will deal with him and bring him low naturally tó bá lówó is the alpha and omega.
It's that man that is egocentric man.
So naturally, all of us things that happened to us. There was the time I lost my business, the entire everything, the setting everything down. Me ò kí n gba salary. So at that stage, what will you do? We feed on my wife's salary for some time. But the question is, when ìgbà tó wà available, kí ni mo ṣe?
Yes.
So understand? Kí ni ìgbà tó wà available?
Mo cross leg,
mo gara,
ma ṣe
pẹpẹ, mo gya kúnlẹ̀ kí n gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé lórí. If I have done that, law of karma, natural instinct ni. Ṣebí nísìnyí life comes around. Oh yeah, ó tán. So the question is, when you have it, kí ló ṣe? This man ó ṣòro pé ńgbà tó ní it's the alpha and omega. Ó like kó gara, kó subdue.
So ńgbà tí ó ní yóò ti feel weak.
Ìgbà tí ó ní ó well weakened. So but when you have it, how do you two work as a partners? Do you sit down pé nǹkan tó wà available rẹ̀ kí la máa ṣe? But most of the times we men can man follow trending. So men doesn't do that. But about available, we like to dictate the tune. We don't work as partner. When it's available, you don't work as partner. But when we are available, our fake obìnrin yẹn kó wá work as partner.
Together as partner. All right, 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, or 0915-3334-893. Provision in the family. Shewo lonje kashemak pe won daddy. Abi daddy is daddy in its real sense. Let's have your thoughts about Soroboyan Yoruba, Abi Loyibo. You can talk to us. Can love survive when the woman is the one putting food on the table? She actually sọ pé ìfẹ́ wà níbi tó jẹ́ pé ìyálé ilé ló ń fi oúnjẹ. Sorry, Tabili, we asked that question earlier on the show. Let's talk more on it. Kẹ́ share view tí yín pẹ̀lú wa. Let's know how you see that situation. But I want us to still talk about that money matter. Money is very critical in marriage. Where are we supposed to put money? And how are we supposed to work in a way that money do not override all the things that we do? In the sense that Buleka Fowosi, the Bala Ifeshe Towo Finije dictating factor to everything that we do.
I would say this. Or I just saw ni. Me and God sọ pé in marriage there are terms and conditions. As a family, ẹ ti set the terms and conditions. Ọ̀rọ̀ àjọsọ yín àti wà ńlẹ̀ kẹ́ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ ti mọ bẹ ṣe fẹ́ ṣe. Okay, level yìí la fẹ́ gbé owó sí o. Owó mi tó bá ń wọlé báyìí la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe. Owó ẹ̀ tó bá ń wọlé báyìí la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe. And ìdí tá a ṣe ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tá a ṣe ń ṣe ogbélé náà tá a tún sọ ogbélé náà ju pé torí pé the economy is not smiling at us. If the man is earning a lot and the woman is even earning a lot, trust me, in that kind of home, money will not be an issue in the sense that there is excess to solve a lot of things. It is because you have little resources and then there are responsibilities that are bigger than that resource. That's why we are finding it difficult to allocate that resources. Lẹ́yìn wàá ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí set priority fún pé àwọn kan báyìí la máa fowó ṣe, ibi báyìí la máa fowó sí, àwọn kan báyìí la ṣe máa get tówó yẹn bá pọ̀, ó pọ̀ lẹ́ o tó pín, ó ṣẹ́kù. So in marriage, ọ̀rọ̀ àjọsọ ni, it will depend on the two parties based on your income as individuals and as a couple, based on your understanding. Ló máa determine bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ ṣe owó. Bí ẹ̀gbọ́n nígbà yẹn ni, I'm talking of maybe 2015, 2016. It's more like street ẹ̀gbọ́n. He got married at 40, but at the time that boy and married, we know Baba was big boy. As at that time, ayé PS3 ni ilé wọn láti máa lọ máa gbé PS3
Play PS.
la máa ti lọ play PS ó ní oríṣiríṣi so this ẹ̀gbọ́n is a big boy when he's to get married then táwa náà mọ̀ pé nílé ìdọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ lè máa play game anytime o he changed the whole setting of the house. What was it? He gave the woman the free access and said, this house is yours. And then he said, all you need to do is any amount you need, let me know. Let us reshape the whole of this apartment. The Egmont was staying in a 3-bedroom apartment beside our house then. When this auntie reshaped the house, bro, we could not go back there again. Yes. Now, but at that point, bro is the one spending the whole money. Do you think the way that person is going to take money in that relationship would be the same as this, our point of reference? They would take the money differently. And it's going to be based on their level of income and understanding. So there's no template. There's no general principle as ibi buy legudo. There's no template. It's based on understanding and the volume. That's your individual income, the volume of the resources available. I think that's what I have to say to that.
Okay, now let me get your view on that money matter. Do you agree with Olamide? Let me get your own view of that.
Yes, somehow I agree with him in another in another way too. We can still add some value to or knowledge to our listeners so that they can understand some things. Now, this thing involves two parties. Okay, most people they're not aware of who they are until they're in that shoe. Okay,
unfortunately, a lot of people are like that. Yeah. Sometimes life issues will just jam you, and you don't even know. It's the issue that begin to let you know who you are and how you handle issues. Yeah.
So you are not aware of who you are. So now, how we now place an understanding before the woman at that level? You understand? Because you yourself, the two of you, you don't understand who you are. Life issues now happens. Definitely, when life start asking those questions, the first thing, the point out with my point is the money. Because, but we won't sit down and check, who am I? They have ability to handle issues and handle pressures. Now, somebody was talking one day and I was telling the person, I said, see, if my wife today becomes the minister of health, the name that we read as a minister of health is Dr. Daniel
Your name
is my name. Is my name.
That's the new generation African man. To be honest, I think that's how the new generation African man reason. You know, the old African man is about, I want to be the one, you be at home. The new generation of African man wants their wives to thrive, so that their names can move fast.
Yes, is my name. So I even pride in it. Is my name.
Yeah.
She is my wife.
Yeah.
Before I got married, I told her, see, wherever you want, any pinnacle you want to get in your career, I will support and give you the sacrifice. And when I said it, I don't understand the demands of that sacrifice.
Yeah. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Can be a lot, yeah.
It's a lot. Even tonight, it's still a lot. But one thing about the man is stick to your word, no matter how it is. So I did that. So if I place money as the topmost priority, I will try to do some things. That's by virtue of I understood some things. So our listeners need to understand some things. As be aware of who you are first. What's your disposition about money? Life is about money. Kò sí anything tó bìnrin yẹn fẹ́ ṣe. You value it at the level of money. Ojú owó wa kọ́ máa fi wò pé kí ni. But if I place value on the entity of that woman, even tí o bá sówó ń bẹ, the love will still try.
To be there.
But that's what we need because as you put money ahead, and we are training our children to put money ahead. So whatever they are doing, money first. Look at that what the Man United did. Money is not the topmost. He entrusted the entire thing into the hand of the woman. How many guys can do that? And ọ̀rẹ́ mi àwàdé òòlè lọ sí kitchen kò lọ ṣoúnjẹ fáwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi. I like my cotton to be like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. You understand? But this one has no. Because the home, the wife built the house. The building of the home is the duty of the woman.
Mm.
So how many of us can entrust the woman to build
To actually
the
build the home?
home?
All right. We've said a lot today. In a nutshell, before we go, Mafeka advice Okunrin to bow in a situation. Because to be honest, I think I know, because I've seen a lot of men that I know that for some reasons that I don't know, their wives actually, bring the money to the table. Whatever is going through their head, nobody knows. But the truth is, society in itself is already mounting a lot of pressure on you. Yeah. So, e.g., for instance, me and Kokonshele community, and they say, I need Kiniko. About soften daddy in you, when the wife even knows that she's the one that will drop the money. And then the husband, the Mbokwe, I want to call soften daddy, and daddy knows that he doesn't have the money. He's still going to say, Madam, Ejo, for any reason. What do we say to that kind of man in the midst of all of this conversation? How is the man supposed to still remain as a man without, different people, sorosita, personality, some other men, is dying inside, and rather keeping quiet, isolating himself, confess sorrow, confess shame. I know somebody, to one situation, nigba konri, what they àwọn in-laws ẹ̀ ń ṣe nǹkan kan ó lóun ò lọ, and the wife said kí ló tó lọ because nǹkan báyìí pé no, but kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ pé but èmi mọ̀. Do you understand? In the mind, let me get your view.
Màá kọ́kọ́ sọ pé ọkùnrin tó bá wà ní situation bẹ́ẹ̀ first thing to need ẹ má kàn jẹ́ sọ pé sùúrù nìkan ó nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ owó mo lè lò ná tó kọjá sùúrù tó ń gbé sùúrù mi. Nǹkan àkọ́kọ́ tó nílò nìyẹn. At a point when the woman is bringing money to the table, not that she's bringing money, like she is the one who is bringing the money to the table, bro, ó nídìí sùúrù tó super. Because ó máa máa ṣàwọn kankan, let's be sincere with ourselves. Torí pé ìwọ ò gbowó wá ẹ̀, ìwọ máa máa feel pé pride ni. So you now have to sit down with your sùúrù to make you think, bro, it's not pride actually. It's because of this and this and this and that. Sùúrù ló kọ́kọ́ need. Lẹ́yìn sùúrù yẹn, ẹ ṣe wá jókòó ọ̀rọ̀ àjọsọ ni. Torí ẹ̀mí sọ gbogbo àwọn kan yẹn lórí ọ̀rọ̀ marriage ṣá, ọ̀rọ̀ àjọsọ ni o. Ìyàn méjì ló wà ń bẹ̀. Ẹ jọ gbúdọ̀ jókòó kẹjọ sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. So ìwọ ọkùnrin tó mọ̀ pé ìyàwó mi lówó jù mí lọ àbó mú wọlé jù mí lọ ní sùúrù. Sùúrù ẹ jẹ́ kó super. Then ìwọ àti ìyàwó ẹ jọ wá sọ̀rọ̀. Based on the understanding tó jọ wà láàrin ẹ̀yin méjèèjì, she would be able to say, okay, this is the reason why I'm doing this and this and this. Then number 3, ìwọ náà má dúró pẹ́ o. Kọ́ ló ń tètè ràn ẹ́ lọ́wọ́ o.
Má nà gẹ̀rẹ̀.
Tó bá má pẹ́ tó bá ní ìdàdúrà gbàdúrà, tó bá ní láti tẹsẹ̀ bọ́tà, ìwọ náà tẹsẹ̀ bọ́tà. Ó jẹ́ àríyá ló máa ṣe àbí kí ló máa ń ṣe bàràndà láàrin ọjà má lọ. Yes, as a man, just
get something.
Go out and bring in something. Yeah, as a man.
Let me get your view.
Yeah, let me start from the women. Like somebody walk up to me, they have this kind of issue. She's the one bringing everything. I said, madam, to help this man come out of this, school fees, mama could find mama. Let the man be the one transferring the money. Help him against the children, or else. What,
he's helped against the children. Is he helped against his wife? I just wanted to bring that in, but because of our time.
So about time is helping. So and for the man too, so please, number one, just be patient. All this egoistic or natural human thinking, you are the head. Nobody is taking that position away from you. But exercise the authority, not from the place of an authoritarian, but a place of a partner. Support in any way you can support them. Go to Express, Maruse. Maruse,
body. I mean, we're praying for any man to be in a situation, because it's very real. And like we all have agreed, sometimes we're waiting for that super trillion millionaire deal. And for a lot of women who may be bringing all of this, just that little push of say, Ojo, oh babe, Lushi Mokba 20,000 naira. You know, and the woman can also see the effort.
Hand over.
Yes, that you put in that, oh, I see all the work that you are doing. I didn't make more than 20,000. Lushi you. Egba 20,000 in kefikun. Kila ima no, ema ori. You know, you see that little, not to, you know, if someone is also giving, I believe that you should also give back, no matter how little. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Olamide, thank you so much. Dick and Dan, thank you so much for your time.
Always a privilege.
This is where we draw the curtain on the show today, the Table of Men. Very realistic, and I love the fact that all the men on the table shared their views, you know, effortlessly, as real as it can be. And we pray that for any man, to borrow a situation by, God will bail you out. And of course, looking for a job is also a job. Yeah. So while you're looking for a job, you'll find something. It might not be what you eventually desire, but at least let's start from somewhere. Thank you for listening to the show. Odaro.